Yeah.
We are live now.
Hello and welcome everyone to your very own channel blinkX. What a day दोस्तों. क्या दिन रहा है आज मार्केट में where Nifty and Sensex have shut deep in the red. The most important factor which I thought we could bring up, because आज हमारे जो guest है, he's the vice president of commodities research at JM Financial, Mr. Pranav Mer. So Pranav, there is one thing जो काफी ट्रेंड हो रहा है आज के इसमें, yen carry trade. Can you tell us what this yen carry trade is?
See, what is happening currently is the unwinding of carry trades in the international market. What was happening, क्या हो रहा था अब तक कि ना जब Bank of Japan was maintaining negative interest rates for many years. So what people used to do, they used to borrow from Bank of Japan, Japan से borrow करते थे, and they used to invest that money overseas. So now what is happening? Suddenly, a couple of months, Bank of Japan had brought up those rates from negative to zero. Last week there were expectations that they would raise the rates by 10 basis point, but instead of 10 they have raised the rates by 25 basis point. So what happens when you have borrowed at 0%? Now you have to pay a cost for that 25 basis point, 0.25%. So those who have borrowed at zero, now they have to pay interest on that. So that is why we have seen this unwinding. Apart from that, Bank of Japan had also intervened in the FX market, over the past 2 to 3 weeks, because the Japanese yen was depreciating continuously. It had gone towards
Right.
165 against the USD. So that was one more reason why we saw some selling coming in the Japanese currency, the USD JPY pair, which have come down from around 165 to 142 today. So this unwinding of carry trade that has been happening is because the people who have borrowed in yen, they now will have to pay the premium, the cost for that, as well as what they will have to do, they have to churn out more for their interest payments, because the yen has appreciated from 165 to 145. So that is why we are seeing this panic in the global financial market, and especially in the equity markets. And majorly these are the hedge funds who borrow, the hedge funds, big investors who borrow at a lower interest rate, and they invest at a higher interest rate in other countries.
राइट, तो मतलब सस्ते में आपने पैसा उठा लिया और जो आपको वो पैसा दे रहे थे उन्होंने अपने रेट्स बढ़ा लिए, तो
Yes,
ऑब्वियसली
yes,
अनवाइंडिंग हो गई.
yes.
सो दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. सो ये तो इक्विटी का तो हो ही गया. प्रणव, व्हाट हैज बीन द इफेक्ट ऑन कमोडिटी मार्केट्स टुडे?
Yes, definitely. The impact will definitely be there. Commodities, if you see, considering the kind of moves the prices have been giving over the past 2 to 3 months, most of the commodities are under selling pressure. So the momentum has remained continued to remain under selling pressure, be it metals, be it energy prices, or the precious metals. Yes, selling is less in gold as compared to other commodities, because some it is also considered as a safe haven in times of uncertainty. But yes, gold too has come under some selling pressure in today's session. Maybe if there are margin calls for a few people for high trade, high frequency traders, or HNIs, they may have to liquidate gold to compensate for other their margin calls, other assets, where they are making more losses. So that is why we are seeing some selling pressure, but the longer term trend in gold will remain positive. And if this selling continues, gold could see a renewed buying support at lower levels.
राइट. जब आई लाइक टू टेल आवर व्यूअर्स, जब प्रणव और हमने डिसाइड किया था कि हम वेबिनार की डेट रखेंगे 5 अगस्त, आई थिंक नीदर प्रणव और आई वर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू हैव दिस वेबिनार ऑन सच एन ओकेजन, राइट? ऑन सच अ
Yeah,
डे.
yeah, yeah.
एंड
It has been
सो द
kind of
या.
volatility over the past 2 to 3 trading sessions, Thursday,
राइट.
Friday, and today. We can expect more going ahead. The kind of events those are that are lined up.
Right, right. And to for our viewers, obviously we always do a monthly outlook on commodities. बट दिस टाइम प्रणव का एक सजेशन था कि हमें थोड़ा और एक्शनेबल करना चाहिए। तो प्रणव आपके लिए एक बहुत ही बढ़िया प्रेजेंटेशन लाए है। ना ही हम कमोडिटीज के बारे में बात करेंगे, उनके आउटलुक के बारे में बात करेंगे, पर अगर किसी कमोडिटी में कोई स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई जा सके जिसे आप ट्रेड कर सको और आप शायद उससे बेनिफिट कर सको, आज का वेबिनार उसके लिए आधारित है। सो प्रणव, विदाउट फर्दर अडू, प्लीज द फ्लोर इज योर्स।
Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Good evening, everyone. This is Pranav Mer here. So I look after commodity and currency research here at JM. Uh, every last we have been doing few webinars on the outlook for commodities. So we look at the charts, what has been the trend on the chart, how the where the prices are positioned, what the RSI has been indicating. So today, what we are have tried to do something different is finding out some strategies how we can effectively use the futures and options that are available on the exchange counter and position ourselves. So first, few pointers that we need to know when we look for a particular strategy, or we go in to look for or any chart as well. So what we have to identify, the basic thing that we need to identify is on the chart is the trend, whether it is positive, whether it is negative, prices ऊपर जा रहे हैं कि prices नीचे आ रहे हैं कि ये एक रेंज में चल रहे हैं. So that is one thing that we need to identify. How will we identify? Look at the chart, that gives you more clarity. It can be a weekly chart, it can be a daily chart, or it can be an intraday chart also. It depends upon what is the your comfort zone. So here basically we'll look at the weekly and the daily because it gives us a more clear picture of what the trend is, positive, negative, whatever it is. Then in the chart, what we need to do, just looking at the chart will do nothing. So we'll need to check out the price patterns, how the prices are moving. Are they continuously moving higher? The candles are forming higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. Is there is a possibility of a trend line that can be drawn for any potential support or resistance level that we need to find out? Then if we are looking at the daily chart, so at daily chart, what other factors we can add to the daily chart? We can add long-term moving averages like 50-day, 100-day, 200-day moving average. Put a simple moving average. Don't go into a very complex things. So that we can do it and find out, okay, the prices are above all its moving average or below or at in between those moving averages. It also helps us in capturing the intraday moves also, whether prices are continuously going up, and if it comes close to support, it gives an opportunity to buy. Yes, definitely the stops is necessary in every trade that we go ahead. So this is what thing that we are going to look. And now how, based on this the parameters and everything, we how we can put them into the options as well. So that also we'll look today. So in front of you is the crude oil weekly chart. So what the chart has been indicating us, this is the downward sloping trend line from 7,800, 7,528, and then we have the upward sloping trend line from 4,700. So if you see over the past since 2021 and a corrective move that it has taken in 2022, prices are broadly trading in a range. The range is slowly and steadily getting narrower. प्राइजेस इस ट्रेंड लाइन के ऊपर भी सस्टेन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं या तो नीचे अभी तक ब्रेक नहीं किया है. तो एक अटेम्प्ट किया था इन 2003 बट इट फेल्ड एंड इट हैज अगेन फॉलन बैक. सो एज पर द चार्ट व्हाट वी कैन सी इज प्राइजेस आर जस्ट मूविंग इन अ कंसोलिडेशन रेंज. ये इंट्रीम ब्रेकडाउन हमने आज देखा है. सपोर्ट लेवल प्राइजेस कहां पे आ सकता है? इट कम्स एट 5850 5900 लेवल. एंड रेजिस्टेंस कहां पे हो सकता है? ऊपर में मैक्सिमम टुवर्ड्स 6,550 6,600, then towards 7,200. So this is the crude oil का weekly chart that has been giving us a clear idea कि trend sideways है, ना तो positive है ना तो negative है. Within this sideways range, it is currently in a corrective mode. So what can we do at current price levels? क्या कर सकते हैं? Can we use any option strategy, or can we buy in future? So if we are going long in future at around support level, suppose prices 5,900 के आसपास आता है, and if we try to catch the bottom, so yes, we need to keep a stop loss. So what can be the stop loss? We can keep a stop loss of 100 points below 5800. Or if I don't want to keep a stop loss, I want to hedge my trade, I can do it with option by buying a 5800 put. So that's strategy that we have put up here. See, this is the strategy that we have put up. If oil prices comes between 5850, 5900, which is our long-term support line, what one can do in around those levels, if anybody wants to try to catch the bottom or looking for a reversal after, if prices are reversing from around 5850, 5900 and starts to go move again up after hitting the support, what they can do is buy a future around 5900, can keep a stop loss below 5800, and can hedge the position by buying a 5800 PE. That is the put option. So these are the tentative prices. Don't consider it as the exact CMP that we no, it could be live. These are the tentative price. We have taken just an example of it. So what happens when you buy a future at 5900? If prices starts going up, you make unlimited profits. If prices starts going down, you make unlimited loss. So here, by buying a 5800 put, we have taken a buy of 100 rupees. We have taken a इंश्योरेंस कि भाई अगर 100 रुपया से नीचे जाएगा तो पुट मेरे को पैसा देना चालू कर देगा 5800 से. सो माय लॉस इज मैक्सिमम लॉस इज कन्फाइंड टू 20,000 per lot. If prices starts going up, I make unlimited profits above 6,050. So जितना भी ऊपर जाता है वो जाएगा. So this is one strategy that you can use if crude comes close to the support level and starts reversing. Don't go immediately jump कि भाई 5,900 आ गया मैं jump कर गया. Prices can give us a small break and can go up. So if prices are reversing from around those levels, this can be the strategy to one can look into. What can be the other strategy? What if prices don't come close to those levels and starts reversing? Here is another strategy that one can do. Since there are just 10 trading days to expiry, including today's day, what other strategy we can do is we can trade an iron condor. That also we can do. We can buy a 6,600 call, sell 6,300 call, and sell 6,100 put, and buy 5,800 put. So what this covers is, it covers our support at 5,800 and it covers our resistance at 6,600 also. So by utilizing this strategy, we are minimizing our loss and also maximizing our profit. So by deploying this strategy, the max profit that we earn is 15,800 and the max loss that we incur is 14,200. And what will be our profitable range till prices are trading in between this highlighted area, 5,950 to 6,450. Any expiry in between this range, for this current expiry, we will be making profits in between from 8,800 rupees to 15,800. So that is our possible. If crude expires around 6,200 or possibly towards 6,100, the maximum profit that we get is 15,800. This is gross, not net profit. So this is one strategy that one can deploy. Since prices have been continuously correcting, there are chances that it may see some recovery, some towards the what we can say towards the expiry. So this is another strategy that we can deploy if prices doesn't go close to 5,900 or just starts rebounding from around 6,100 or 6,150 level. Again, this prices basis are Friday's closing. Don't consider it as the live price. And this is, I have just put up this strategy for an example purpose. Yes, but this iron condor strategy one can go in if crude again goes above 6,100, 150 levels in today's trading session. We'll move to next commodity, that is natural gas. Now, what is happening in natural gas? Look at the chart, just the chart pattern that we were discussing. The candlestick, last 8 trading weeks, it is forming lower lows and lower highs. Continuously, it is going down. What could be the strategy here? Here we cannot deploy an iron condor or any other strategy. Here we can, what is the chart formation? Lower lows, lower highs. Potential resistance is at 181, next at 190. So till these levels are not breached, we can remain on the sell side in natural gas. So here we can, what we can do is we can sell the futures and buy the call options. In crude, what we had discussed was buy the futures and buy the put. So what you will do is we by buying the put, we have limited our downside. Here by buying the call, we will limit our upside there because we are going short on the futures. So what strategy, if crude natural gas gives us a rebound between 170, 174 level, those will be the ideal level to going for a fresh sell, maintain a stop loss above 181. And if together with that, buy a 180 call along with it. And if prices downside potential, we expect it towards 145. This is the long-term support line around 120 to 133, which comes around 135. So that could be your potential targets. Now, putting that same picture strategy in the strategy form, I have sold a future at 170. So anything above 170, I will be making unlimited loss. Anything below 170, I'll be making unlimited profits. So by buying a 170 call or a 180 call, what I have done is I have insured myself to the maximum downside that we can expect. So when I'm buying 170 call, I'm paying a premium of 12,500. So maximum loss to me is 12,500, the insurance that I've paid because I'm hedged, my position is hedged. If prices starts moving down, I start making money, unlimited profits, vis-a-vis if it goes below 155 level, below 160, sorry. So this is the strategy that we can deploy in case of for natural gas, because if the prices are continuously coming down and there is our chances of a reversal, so stop loss becomes very much necessary. Next, we'll look at gold. So, till crude, natural gas, why we discuss this option strategy? Because those are very liquid contracts on the exchange counter. All the strikes are very much liquid. But in case of other commodities, the liquidity is less. So we won't be discussing the option, any option strategy in crude, in other commodities, gold, or we can say other base metals. We'll have one strategy in silver that I will let you know. So what has happened in gold? Look at the chart. A symmetrical triangle pattern, upside breakout, a small triangle pattern, upside breakout. Again, we saw a small triangle pattern, we saw a breakout. Now, a sharp sell-off was seen after prices forming almost a double top over here at 74,400, 74,600 level. Prices have broken this resistance line, the support line at 70,800. Last week, it tried to give us a breakout above this, but it has failed in that attempt. So what the price patterns are indicating a little bit of a consolidation, a little bit of a sideways move that we can expect in the coming sessions. So this is what the weekly chart pattern is showing. What the daily shows us, where the prices are, it moved up and it has again come down. Now, in our last session that we have been doing, we have been discussing, we have been mentioning about our moving averages. What the moving averages indicates, long-term moving averages. If prices are above those moving averages, the trend is positive. Prices goes below those moving averages, trend turns negative. What happens when prices starts moving in between those moving averages? Then it starts squeezing. The prices start squeezing, it goes into a consolidation sideways move. So that we can expect in gold when it goes in the trading sessions ahead. Currently, if you see, prices are also see some high volatility. It starts gap up, it ends negative. So this is what we are seeing vis-a-vis last 3 trading sessions. It has been moving up, but falls again and closes near flattish or near day's low. So that is what is happening in the market, because prices are just consolidating in between its moving average. So what is the level to watch out in gold? Resistance comes at 100-day moving average, which is the green line, 71,050, 71,070. Upper next resistance would be at red 50-day moving average. That comes around 71,600. So if prices goes past 71,600 and sustains, we would again see this rally continuing and prices will start moving higher. Otherwise, there is a possibility we may see some correction in gold prices with support immediate at around 67,400, next support at 66,600, and possible this moving averages can act as a resistance in case of reversal. This is silver. The on chart a rally, and now what we have drawn here from, you can see from something drawn from downside 100% 68,043 to 0% 96,493. This is the retracement level. So these are called the Fibonacci retracement levels. And what happens in this retracement from a rally, how much prices can come down. So these are the Fibonacci numbers: 23.6, 380, 38.2, 50%, 61.8. These are the Fibonacci retracement levels, technical retracement levels. Prices have almost completed 50, more than completed 50%. It is near to its 61.8. So what the chart pattern indicates, last 4 weeks, the formation is of lower lows, lower highs, and it continues this week as well. So until and unless prices breaks above 84,700, we don't expect any positive momentum building up. Support level is at around 78,900. Possibly this is the trend line support, which was earlier the resistance 78,292, 78,549, and this trend line drawn. This was the previous resistance from which we have seen a breakout and a rally. So this resistance could act or may act as a support as well. So next support, we can consider it around 72,000, 78,000. 290 to 78,500 levels on the downside also. But the underlying trend in silver is still looking corrective. Any breakout above 84,700, we can expect some reversal. Else, prices can come down close to the given support that we have discussed. So this is the daily chart. Again, similar to gold, silver is gone down. The 50-day moving average has inverted to downside, indicating that more correction, consolidation could be seen. So what are the resistance to watch out would be, first would be 100-day moving average, which comes around 85,600. So unless and until that level is not breached, we don't expect more upside. So same level we have seen on the weekly chart, 85,700. So till that level is not breached, we still maintain a corrective view. Support on the downside, prices can take around 79,000, which is the 200-day moving average. Very strong support. Similarly, 78,900, we were discussing the support on the retracement level. So this shows an indicator how the prices move, how each and every indicator supports each other, and give us a clear idea. So one strategy we can deploy here, since prices are just stuck between its moving, over the past 6-7 trading sessions, prices are just stuck between 85,000 on the higher side to 80,000 on the downside, 81,500, 80,000 on the downside. So this has been the range within which prices are stuck. Since we have just 20 trading sessions to expiry in silver, that is for the silver mini September futures, what strategy we can deploy since prices are just stuck within this range? Here we can do is buy 85,400 call, which is far away from current price, sell 82,000 call and sell 82,000 put, which are close to the CMP, and buy 79,500 put, which is far from the CMP. So the maximum inflow that we get is 11,250. This is for the silver mini, not for the silver mega. Maximum, if silver expires around 82,000, you get this. So your maximum profit is 11,250. Maximum loss in case of high volatility, either side, one side move, is 1250, 1250. So this is the payoff diagram which shows. So yes, if silver mini is somewhere trading around 81,500, 82, one can deploy this strategy. Looks very lucrative, saying kind of, we may, since prices have corrected so much, there is a possibility some consolidation could be seen in the coming trading sessions, and this could be good strategy, may help us out. Next is copper. So till here, there were option strategies for other rest of the commodities. We don't have any option strategies to give. We'll just trade on the basis of chart patterns. For copper, if you see the momentum, again, the retracement levels, it has completed 61.8, possibly going further down towards 76.4, which comes at around 760, 757 levels. Underlying momentum trend still corrective. 812 is the first, 11 is the first resistance to watch, and next would be 822. Till these two levels are not breached in copper, the underlying trend momentum remains corrective, and we see prices witnessing more correction close to 760 and possibly further downside as well. So this is the daily chart of copper. Prices are in a corrective mode. The 50-day moving average is already inverted. We have seen prices today witnessing underselling pressure. It is trading close to its 200-day moving average, which comes around 779. So if prices breaks and sustains below 779, there is a possibility we may see some more correction on the downside. And since prices have come too much down from our resistance levels, we advise to wait if one wants to do anything positionally for a small rise, a rebound. Let's see if it is unable to go above 711 again, 811 again, then we will take a fresh call in copper price. Next is zinc. Again, this was the consolidation range. We saw a rally. Now prices are again going in a sideways momentum. 247 is the support which it has been holding up over the past two trading sessions. Last week also it was holding up. A few weeks, couple of months back also it was holding that support. So if zinc is able to break 247, there is a possibility we may see some more correction close to 238, 230 levels. So this is the daily chart of zinc. See, here it is taking resistance at its 100-day moving average. It is unable to sustain above the same. So that is the strong resistance around 255, 255, 50 levels. Till that level is not breached, we can remain on the sell side. In fact, look to sell on rise with strict stop loss above 255, 50, and can look for target close to 247, which is the immediate support. Below 247, we expect prices to come close to its 200-day, which is the long-term moving average, around 238, 235 level. This is aluminium chart, a very basic chart. See how the corrective move is coming, a small rebound. If prices would have crossed this breakout above 235, then we would have seen again an upside. But next week itself, it started coming down. The flow is in the form of lower lows, lower highs. Immediate resistance at 216, next at 222. Till these two levels are not breached, remain on the sell side and can look for target close to 200, 195 level, possibly next 2 to 3 trading weeks. Similar view is echoed on daily chart. In zinc, we saw prices taking resistance around 200 100-day moving average. Here, aluminum is taking resistance on its 200-day. It has broken its 200-day moving average. A rebound was seen, but prices are again under selling pressure. This indicates that the momentum is on the downside. We can expect more correction, and resistance for reversal would be 216. So this is all from my side. Hope this presentation webinar becomes fruitful on the option strategy, on the the levels that we have discussed in the commodities front.
Thank you so much, Pranav. And that was actually a very fresh take. Even I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think outlook and everything is of course very important, but also to have some actionable insight, जिसमें जैसे आपने आज बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से पे ऑफ मैट्रिक्स बताया कि अगर इस लेवल के इसके बीच में ट्रेड हो रहा है तो आप इस आयन कॉरिडोर से आप से प्रॉफिट कर सकते हो. आई थिंक दैट इज वेरी important for investors and traders today. We have a few questions, Pranav, so I'll just move on to that. एक क्वेश्चन है कि what are the levels for gold that you are expecting?
See, our gold, I will tell you, this support which it has formed, this sell-off that we have seen in gold, it was because of the duty cuts in India. internationally prices are still holding this support 7800 parity. If the duty cuts were not there, did not would have happened, last to last week, then we would have been trading around this level. So what is the parity level in the international that we need to watch now is $23.48 and $23.50. I have been advising this level to everybody, to every client, sir, agar 23.48 break kar jata hai in dollar terms, we should avoid going long in gold, then we can expect more correction on the downside. So now that similar parity level in the Indian market is this week, this low, which comes around 67,400 to 67,200. Little bit of a 200-point cushion we will keep. So till this support at 67,200 is not breached, I feel we may see some sideways consolidative move in gold. And if prices starts rallying in the international market, the cues will be followed in the Indian markets also. But the all-time high that we saw in the Indian markets, we won't be able to see because of the duty cuts immediately. And if 23.48, 23.50 is breached, my advice is better to exit once and wait for fresh cues to what to happen.
Right. The next question is also regarding gold only. Did gold fall so much last week because of the changes in budget?
Yes, definitely. The duty cuts were from around 15% to the 6%. So 9% gap, it has to come down. And already there were expectations that the duty would be cut by, people were expecting by 2%, 1 or 2%. So that was already getting priced in. But nobody expected a duty cut of, straight away 9%.
Okay, so will it be fair to say that it's not that the demand for gold reduced, but the cost for gold reduced? Is that a fair enough
Purchase cost
assessment?
has come down, not the
Yes.
manufacturing cost. The
Okay.
purchase cost has come down. So for a retail, somebody wants to buy from a jewelry shop, they must be buying around 72, prior to the duty cuts. After the duty cuts, the prices have fallen close to 67. So 68, 67, 500, 68 levels. So they would be, some premium could be there, but they would be buying around 69, 500 in the spot market if they are going at current prices.
Okay. We have a couple more questions. Uh, how long will the negative bias in natural gas last?
See, natural gas, these contracts are completely US based contracts. It depends, on more on the US weather forecast, US production, demand, supply. Nothing to do with rest other nations or the global markets. So what
Right.
is happening in the natural gas is that the currently all the production is on the rise. The export demand is there, but the supply is more than the demands, and that is what is seen keeping the natural gas prices under selling pressure. But if we are looking for any reversal point in natural gas, then what we has to look is around, let me see, show you the chart.
Yeah.
Say this is the weekly chart. So this is the
Right.
long-term support line. In February 2000 and February, month of February, we had seen prices reversing from this support line. Then previously in the month of April, we saw reversing from this. So if you are getting a dip around 135, 140 level, those will be the ideal level. You can start going long. Yes, keep a very strict stop loss below 128. Because if this long-term trend line breaks and if it sustains, there is a possibility of more losses. So to avoid that, we advise to keep stop loss. But currently prices are hovering around 161, 162 level. It's still far away. If it starts reversing also, if it is able to sustain above 181, then we can see a reversal. Otherwise, this trend is expected to continue on the downside.
Okay. एक क्वेश्चन है कि क्रूड की एक्सपायरी कब होती है?
Crude generally expires on the 19th or the 20th of the month. If that day falls on a Saturday or a Sunday or a holiday, it is prior to that. For example, if crude expiry is 19th of the month, which comes on Sunday, then the expiry would be on either Monday or on Friday. So it would be possibly on 17th.
Okay. Okay. One last question. Sir, can you explain the logic of using the Fibonacci on the silver chart?
The Fibonacci retracements are just to find out where prices can take a support, because prices had already rallied. Now it is in a corrective mode. So standard Fibonacci retracement, always happens, towards 61.8, in between 50% to 61.8%. If it breaks 61.8 and goes further, then it tests towards 76.4. So this is the standard technical Fibonacci retracement after a rally, how much a prices can correct, where it can find a support for a reversal.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. And that's it for the questions that we have today, Pranav. थैंक यू सो मच प्रणव, आप जिस तरीके से आपने समझाया, जिस विस्तार से आप समझाते हैं, एंड more than anything, I think, the best value, like I said, how we have moved from outlook to now showing actionable information for our viewers. So thank you Pranav, and thank you viewers for joining. We hope आपको बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें से knowledge मिला, and you also enjoyed. Always like and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep getting you such content consistently. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pranav.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aditya.